Alright, so what you're seeing here, and I do apologize that I've been doing so much Heroclix stuff lately, but Andie's on vacation, so pretty much most of this week that's all we've been doing is playing Heroclix. So you'll just be seeing a lot of Heroclix, and that's that, you know. We went to Red Lobster, that was very tasty, you know. Aside from that, you know, we played Clix, you know. We don't get to have these big fests where it's like Clix Fest for a week, you know. That's what it is, man. It's just like a week-long Clix Fest. You know, have some fun. Why not? It's a staycation. Staycation. So we're staycating in the wonderful land of the comic book world, where we can watch the giant battles between these ultimate comic beings. Yes! Yes! It is a staycation! Brought to you by Marvel and DC and Heroclix and Staycation! Now, what I'm setting up for is a giant mega battle royal. That's right, the battle royale. And what we're doing in this battle royale is we're playing a 4,000 point game. But the stipulation is, in this 4,000 point game, is that you have to use 25 figures. If you're using a colossal figure, say Apocalypse or a Sentinel, then they count as 2 figures just because of the size of their base. But what it is the back line, or the lines, have 25 squares. So, 1 figure per square along the back line. And you have 4,000 points to do it. But you have to have 25 figures, unless you're using colossals, and then it can drop down to 24 if you have 1 colossal. If you have 2 colossals, it'll drop down to 20, you know, 3. You can do the math, figure it out. I believe 23 would be right. Now, the trick when putting together the 3D map is trying to balance it out, so it's all nice here. All nice and fair, without interfering in certain particular people's ways. So the first thing is always trying to figure out, actually, I find, where to put these. And in this case, I'll go with that, I believe. Yes. And because I've done that, I'm going to do that and that. Nope, wrong way. There we go. That and that keeps it nice and balanced. Now I'll have to figure out what to do with this one afterwards. Okay. Now, admittedly, one of the problems I've had with the 3D map I've discovered over time is the strings come loose and the trees get a little dilapidated. They're starting to get beat up a little. Now, let's see, I'm still not sure. Nice part about this one is it's a 1 square rise uphill, so when you're fighting edge to edge, you can still have close combat because it represents a hill, you know. You like fighting on a hill. And I think I'm going to put that right through there, like so. So we got this piece here, this piece here. Yeah, some of the pieces I've noticed, you know, taking a little use and abuse. I'll have to try something out. I'll fix them up and then respray them anyways, so no big deal. But the problem I find is trying to find the spray is getting a little difficult. I have to start going to art shops. Arts and craft supplies. Oh, this one's gotten a banger. I'm going to stick that back in there like that, okay. And then this one here was never forested. This one's just a 1 square hill. So, you know what? I'm going to put the 1 square hill, actually. over here, back in this corner. Yeah. I usually would put hindering terrain in corners like these. But I think for this, I'll put that hill, that particular hill there. And actually, that's what I'll do. I'll put this one back here. Or maybe over this way here. There we go. Put that one back there. No, I don't like that. Don't know what we'll put back there. Put that back there. There we go, yeah. There we go, put that back there. Alright. That way none of those pieces actually have to start in water. And then I'll put this one back here, so I just have one that's at elevated terrain back there as well. Okay, so where do we put this piece still? Okay, I think I'll put this one here. And we'll put that hill there in the middle. Yes, I like that. That works. It's a tight squeeze, but there is technically a 1 square space in there. Good spot for Cosmic Spidey to hide the little asshole that he is. And put this one back in there because that fixes that terrain problem this one has. One problem I did find is these kind of bow out a little sometimes. Okay, this piece can go. I'm going to go over here with that piece. I like that piece there. And then put this one here. And then we'll put this one. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. Put this here as like some fucking jumbo motherfucking patch. Blocko Hindo Rain. Leaves this area a little open and exposed, but yeah, I like that. Now what you're seeing here is an in-depth look at the water underneath. Obviously this square here is blocked off the whole way through, alright? But you still have that square of water, and this is all area you can go through. This, like I said, I have a problem with them bowing a little bit. Technically, it should be, this one here should be on this particular block here. I have to fix that later where I'll have to unscrew it, rescrew it back in, repaint it up. But I won't do that until I have the paint again. So we just kind of have to deal with the bowing. So it's kind of, I got to jam it a little bit. But there you go, that's there. So you have one line of water through here. This block is technically blocked off. You got the 2 lines of water here, this one blocked off. And then you have all the grass here. But you also have the 1 line of beach cross here. And a little bit of a tight squeeze there. But you know, hey, what are you going to do? But you get all this aerial up here where you can work with. And you come down here, you got all the hindering right in through here. That's a nice block of it. You go over there, and you can see the divide. Now the one problem with all these is you can't destroy the walls. When I go to start designing some new ones, I'll make it where certain parts can be destroyed. But we do allow a certain feature on here called roof rip, where the colossal size figures, say Sentinels or Apocalypse, ones that are actually genuinely that big, Fin Fan Foom, Galactus, Starro, whatever. Roof rip, they'd grab this, tear it off, the whole thing would essentially like drop down, debris falling down, that whole thing there would become a giant block of debris, I guess. Sorry, words escaped me there for the moment. But yeah, otherwise when you go in here you have shadowed terrain, which is a special feature for the 3D map. This here and this here is considered normal. Those 2 spots, the first 2 spots would be considered normal terrain. However, when you get back here, you're actually in a shadow essentially, right? So if you have stealth, you should be able to hide within those 4 squares, right? but normal movement because there's no debris, nothing, no rubble, no nothing in there to mess you up. Same applies here. Here you can see fine, but you know, it's considered clear, but you know, you get back here, it's the same 4 spots. Makes total sense to us anyways. It's a neat little feature of the board. Same thing would apply here. If you look, you can see there from the back where the shadow is. And because of where that shadow is, you should be able to be stealthed in that shadow, right? If you're a stealth character, it should activate. And then you come over here, the trees, you can pull those out, you know. Heavy objects. I need light objects for the board. I do have to work on that. I do plan on building some eventually. I might even buy a package. But there you go, across here. And that's the whole map.